We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
There is only one copy of the Quran, and anyone who has a doubt that any word of the Quran is not from it, or the Quran is missing any part, is a disbeliever.
Allah Bari Ta'ala tells you, God Almighty tells you in the Quran, it is His job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
Welcome to another episode of our live stream called My Journey to the Trinity. And today I'm talking a little bit about some of these things that Ahmed Didat, Zakir Naik, and this other sheikh who seems like an American. He's got red hair. Let me put him on. Hear him again.
There is only one copy of the Quran, and anyone who has a doubt that any word of the Quran is not from it, or the Quran is missing any part, is a disbeliever.
This guy is saying anybody who doubts or thinks that any part of the Quran is one word. He says one word, and the reason that I keep, I know barking up this tree, the reason I keep barking up at this tree is because this is what I was taught too. And, this is what I was taught. And I know that if you're a Muslim, this is what you were taught. And yet, I have found that that isn't the case. There are different Qur'ans, and they say different things. And let me just go ahead and show you one more time what Sheikh Didat said. Oh, I'm sorry. This is actually going to be Zakir Naik.
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
Okay, so there you have it. And that's what I was taught. That's what I was taught. It's probably what you were taught. Probably what you were taught too, Adam, that there's one Quran and there's no difference between the two. And so I'm just kind of going over some of the differences let me just tell you what these Qur'ans are, because you can obviously tell there's not one. There's two, there's not even two. There's three. Three Qur'ans. I think I'm holding them upside down. Okay. This is the most famous one. It's called the Hafs Quran. This is probably what you have in your house. This one right here is called the Warsh Quran, which is, you may have this one too because it's very popular. And then this is called the Jalalain. So there's three. Here's three. You know, they say there's only one. It's unchangeable. Let's hear let's hear the Sheikh talk about it again here.
There is only one copy of the Quran, and anyone who has a doubt that any word of the Quran is not from it, or the Quran is missing any part, is a disbeliever.
Let's hear.
Allah Bari Ta'ala tells you, God Almighty tells you in the Quran, it is His job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
Okay, so I just want to show you that. And the reason I keep, like I said, barking up this tree is because I was told there's only one Quran. I was told it's perfectly preserved. And this comes from a verse of the Quran, chapter 15, verse 9. Chapter 15, verse 9 says, we sent down the dhikr being, depending who you ask, the Quran, even though the Quran calls the Torah the dhikr and the Injil the dhikr too. But so that they have, it says, we sent it down and we preserve it. So there's a connection. You see, Allah Himself, as Ahmad Didat said, preserves the Quran. Ahmad Didat says that Allah Himself preserves the Quran. It's like that's why He let the gospel be changed. He let the Torah be changed, but He will not let the Quran be changed. So it's perfectly preserved. It's always perfect. It never changes. And so, anyway, I've showed you this before if you've been following. But if you look at the two most famous versions of the Quran are these two. These are the two most famous Qurans, okay? Is the Hafs and the Warsh. And you know what the Muslims do is that they'll tell you, well, these aren't different. They're just different qira'at. And then different qira'at or different recitations. But then ask them, well, what does that mean? What does it mean that they're different qira'at? And then you get different explanations about what that means. One is that it could mean different qira'at is different accents. Like if you in Alabama, if you're in Ireland, if you're in Australia, you all speak English, but you speak with a different accent, And so they're saying it's different accents. And then it says, well, maybe it's different dialects. Which is a little bit lower than a different language. It's just a different dialect, and then there was these 7 different dialects supposedly in Arabia at the time of Muhammad. And Muhammad said that the Quran came down in 7 modes, sab'a ahruf. And so, what does this do to the whole idea of there being one Quran? And that's the question is there one Quran? Or is there 3 Qur'ans? Or is there 4 Qur'ans? Or is there 10 Qur'ans? Or is there 31? Or as we've seen, 37 Qur'ans? How many Qur'ans are out there? And you know what? It's like, even though we know there are these Qur'ans, and Muslims admit that there are these Qur'ans, you still hear them saying, what I was taught, maybe what you were taught. And let's hear
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
Okay, so here, even though, even though somebody printed these different Qurans, and they're available all over the Middle East. They know they exist. They know they're different, and yet you're still hearing people say, "Oh, there's only one Quran, and there can be no change to the Quran. It's impossible." And so it just makes you wonder. It's like the logic. That's one thing I'm wondering about is the logic. It's like, if there's one, then how come there's all these other ones? Or did they lie to us? And so today I just want to talk a little bit about some of the differences between, if we're to go into all of the Qur'ans, okay, let me just tell you some of the real famous ones. Okay, Al-Hafs. If you have a Qur'an in your house, you probably have Al-Hafs. Then there's Al-Warsh. That's the second most popular. Then Al-Susi, Al-Duri, Al-Qalun. If you're in Libya, you have the Qalun. If you're in Sudan, Somalia area, you probably have the Al-Susi or Al-Duri. If you're in the Middle East or Egypt, you probably have the Hafs, because since 1924, the Hafs has been the big one. But there are different versions of the Hafs. Even the Hafs, there's different versions of it. And so there's I got this video right here by our brother Adam Seeker. Hello, brother Adam. Are you with us?
Hey, brother. Yes, I am. I have sent you the link. Please play this video as well. We'll be waiting. You need to play this. I have sent you the text as well in your messenger. That needs to be here, man. That needs to be here. Praise God to DCCI Ministries.
All right. Let me go ahead and get the go ahead and get the link and then put it on there. If you put it in, so Adam, maybe you can tell us, were you taught that there is only one Quran?
I received beating for not pronouncing the words right with the Zair and the Zabar and the Shadda and the Gamma and all that, because it is a perfectly preserved Quran to the every dashes and dots and everything. So yes, I was taught with each and everything. This is the only Quran, the best preserved thing, with up to the dot and the dash and the gamma and the shadda and all the thing. But like, watch this video, please. Remove everything. Watch this. Today, we are not going to even talk about the Hafs version and the Warsh version and all these basic changes. Thanks to the DCCI Ministries, Hatun Tash the Great. Play this video, brother. I am so happy.
Let me go ahead and take some of these screens off here, because I got so many screens going here. So that we can go ahead and play the. Oh, are you still with us? Uh-oh, I got rid of Adam. I always do this. Let me go ahead and play this link right here. And yeah, so you guys.
Reports within Islamic literature, listen to me carefully now, within the Islamic literature, which state that Quran had 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is stating, multiply attested, from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20, 30, 50, 100, 500? Guess. For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where Quran is interpreted, Quran has 17,000 verses, Quran has 20,000 verses, Quran has been tampered with by the Sahaba and so 2,000 reports, ladies and gentlemen, within Islamic literature.
أعزائي، في مرآة العقول المجلد 12 صفحة 525، علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. إيش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني إيش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ ها؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه ايش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء مولانا. سؤال. طبعا العلامة البهبودي يضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح، ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغييره.
Oopsie daisies. What are these Shias and Sunni scholars saying right now? That's a big oopsie daisies moment for everyone. Let's see what the rebuttals comes up for these videos now. They are popping up on the internet because when we were talking to you guys about the same situation that it is said by Jalaluddin in the Al-Umul Quran Cairo edition, Al-Habib volume 2 verse number 25, it says that Ayub ibn Naf said from Umar, who said, "Let none of you say, I have learned the whole Quran, for how does he knows what is the whole Quran when much of it has been disappeared? Let him rather say, I have learned what is the extent thereof." Abu Ubaid, the reference is from Abu Ubaid. Then it says in Ibn Abi Maryam, related to us from Ibn Abul Aswad, who is also related it from the Aisha, who said that Suratul Al-Ahzab used to be recited in the time of Prophet Muhammad, who had 100 verses, but when Uthman wrote it, the Codex only has 73 verses. And then we read the Sahih Muslim, and it says many many verses are gone. Sahih Bukhari 5005, and if we read Sahih Muslim 1050, book number 12, hadith number 156, obviously it is Sahih. It says the whole surah is gone. People used to recite the surah which resembles Surah Al-Barat, which has approximately 200 verses. And he actually referenced a verse over there that we used to recite, a verse that which resembled, if there was 2 valleys full of riches for the son of Adam, he would long for a 3rd valley, and nothing would fill the stomach of the son of Adam. And then we see multiple other narrations where paper are eaten by a sheep, where verses are gone. Even the so-called satanic verses, according to 2252 and its interpretation, those verses are gone. And then even in Sunan Ibn Majah, it also says that Aisha is narrating that the breastfeeding of adult 10 times, which abrogated to 5 times, and paper were eaten by God. And we are talking about what? Quran is perfectly preserved. Oops moment for everyone. Sorry, brother.
Wow. Yeah, you see, I've heard about, like they said that the Surah Al-Ahzab, I knew about that the Surah Al-Ahzab was much longer than the one that exists now. And I knew about, of course, the sheep story with Aisha's breastfeeding and stoning the adulteress. And then, but to hear them now, where was this where it says that there were 17,000 verses?
He gave. Did he know, sir? He said like 30 plus. We say 30 plus references. We need to go and ask Adnan Rashid why he said that. Where is it? Like, play the video. He said that. I need to go and references all of them as well. I need to collect all the references. But like play it again. He says like there are multiple references which are sahih. He's saying that.
Wow. Let me go ahead. I'm going to hide us, and I'm going to just play that video again, man. Dude, unbelievable. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hide us, okay?
All right, sir.
reports within Islamic literature, listen to me carefully now, within the Islamic literature, which state that Quran had 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is stating, multiply attested, from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20? 30? 50? 100? 500? Guess. For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where Quran is interpreted, Quran has 17,000 verses, Quran has 20,000 verses, Quran has been tempered by the Sahaba himself. 2,000 reports, ladies and gentlemen, within Islamic literature.
أعزائي، في مرآة العقول المجلد 12 صفحة 525، علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال: إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. إيش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني ايش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ ها؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه ايش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء مولانا. سؤال. طبعا العلامة البهبودي يضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح، ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغيير.
So right now we have Quran with 6,236 verses, and Quran supposed to have 17,000 verses. Where are the 10,764 verses? Like basically more than 1/3, more than 2/3. Quran is actually missing.
I just want to tell people, anybody that sees this, I just want to tell you right now that the guy who was saying that was not a Christian. That wasn't a Christian missionary. That was Adnan Rashid, wasn't it?
Yes, I told you. Adnan Rashid, who was the Sunni scholar, and the other one is the Shia scholar. I don't know the name of that guy, but Adnan Rashid is a very famous guy.
I know it. And you know what? He's one of the things he said is that there's 2,000 references in Islamic literature. There's over 2,000 references in Islamic literature that there were these verses, that there were these other verses that don't exist anymore. How could Adnan Rashid, how could he come out and say something like this? It's unbelievable, man. I mean, it's almost like, you know what? It's almost like these 3 Qur'ans are really, it's like having these 3 are actually just one Qur'an, because, only 1/3 exists now. The other 2/3, unbelievable, man. And to have it from a Sunni and the Shia, to have both of them saying that.
And basically, yes, Adnan would come back in that debate and he would say the other side of the story has much more rebuttals. But like, come on, he said like there are 37 authentic narrations for this, man. Like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. And we know from Shia, from Sunni hadiths, Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim and all, and Sunan Ibn Majah and all those Sahih hadiths, there are references of many verses and many surahs gone already. So whether it is 17,000, whether it is 10,000, whatever the total number is or was, and now it is gone, there are much more than what Quran was. Like, all the references says that Quran is not preserved. Full stop. So you want to say something otherwise? I wish I could go ahead and have a talk with my Imam who used to teach me the Quran, but I cannot. I wish I could do that and show him all this, when he used to um, hold me responsible of not pronouncing the words correctly because of the long vowel to sound and a short vowel to sound and all that piece of crap. I wish I could show him right now. Hey dude, what about those vowels that you were claiming to be pronounced as is because so-called Muhammad pronounced them as is?
Let me just play this again. I just want to play this again.
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have
Okay, when you are gone, we can't hear it. I don't know what happened. Brother Steve, we cannot. Like it. And Steve is too old for technology, as we can see. He didn't even play the video when he went away. So I don't know what he's doing. Hey, old man, come back. Sorry, buddy. Don't doesn't. I don't mean to be. Uh, okay. So anyhow, while Steve is trying to reconnect and trying to fight with the technology, uh, Ahmad Didat, and people like Ahmad Didat in the old time used to say and cheat and deceive us. And I'm sure, I'm dead sure, it is not possible for Ahmad Didat not to know about these hadiths, which we are quoting right now, because Ahmad Didat is a Muslim scholar who studied all these hadiths, yet he had the audacity to come on the stage and lie fully that we have fully preserved Quran and there is no versions. In those days, even in those days, all of these things were there. He he was lying. Full stop. There is no other sentence for him because he was simply lying, and that's what we have been lied to, and that's what we have been lied to all our lives as Muslim. That there is nothing called two Qurans or multiple Qurans or versions of Qurans. We have been lied to. You have been lied to. and and
You know,
and these scholars lied, and thank you so much for coming back.
you know what? Oh, she's not. Dude, I'm too old, man. I'm too old, dude.
Man, seriously, you need to learn how to use this software, or you need to get a different software.
It is his job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
Dude. Anyway, but you know what? That's one reason. That's one reason why I keep doing this, and I keep doing this subject because um, because I was taught this and I believed it. You know, I was taught there's one Quran. I was taught there's only one, and so you know, even even if there's only these two, that means I was lied to. Even if it means, you know, there's only three, it was a lie. Even if there's only one tiny little difference, you know, like the Malik and Malik Yawmiddin and Malik Yawmiddin, even if that's the only, that it was still a lie. But the thing is, the amazing thing, you have Adnan Rashid saying that 2/3 of the Quran has been lost. 2/3 of the Quran has been lost. And they're still saying that it's perfectly preserved, that there's only one Quran. Chapter 15, verse 9, نزلنا الذكر ونحن لحافظون. We sent down the Quran and we preserve it. So they're still saying that. And
Who's we?
the Muslims are still saying that.
No, but like,
You
who's we? We sent out the Quran and we preserved it. Who is we?
Oh, when Allah sent, you know, I have my theories, but you know, I have, you know, one day I'm going to do something about Buhayda the Rahib, you know, Buhayda the monk, but and his role in reciting to Muhammad, the Quran. But dude, that's mind blowing, man. I want to find that hadith. I want to find that hadith because I've heard of it before.
I've given you those.
The
I've given
one
some of those, which says exactly 17,000. The Shia Imam is telling them. I need to figure out from the Sunni sources because this is the first time Adnan Rashid came up and he said like there are 36 sources. So I'm gonna work on that as well.
oh, dude, and they're still saying there's only one Quran. They're still saying there's only one Quran. I don't care who you talk to on the street, they're gonna tell you that. I don't care how. I mean, when I talk to my cousins here online, they're still saying there's only one Quran. They're still saying there's only one Quran. And and even if they say, that this is perfectly preserved, not just that there's only one Quran. Not only that, I mean, it's almost like we're talking a different subject now. It's not even about the one Quran. It's about 2/3 of it being lost, because every dot, every letter, every dash, like you said, we were taught that it was perfectly preserved. And now to hear 17,000 verses, 11,000 are missing. Wow, that is mind blowing, man. That is just mind blowing. You know what? Are you still with us, Adam?
Yes, I'm listening to your mind blowing stuff.
Yeah, I think you enjoy it when I'm getting my mind blown by this stuff, man. It was just I was going to do my little Malik and Malik thing today.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to give Steve this.
That is just mind blowing, man. And it's like, what has there been? Have you heard of any reactions to this? Has there been anybody saying no, that's not true or anything?
I don't know. Not at the moment. But let's see. There will be some rebuttals and all. But let's see when it comes up.
I mean, that is just, I mean, the way you got to tie yourself. I mean, we've been hearing from Yasser Qadi and from these other guys, who are finally beginning to admit that we've got a problem. But to actually have Adnan Rashid, someone of that caliber, get up and say that 2/3 of the Quran is lost. Muslims, you got to listen to this. I know you have to tell your friends, you have to tell your relatives, you need to tell, because I know that, they're going to keep lying to you. They're going to keep lying to you the same way they lied to me. They're going to keep lying to you, telling you that this is not a Christian who's saying this. This is Adnan Rashid, this is a sheikh. Muslims, you're being told this is one of the foundations. This is one of the foundations that I was, that's why I keep hitting this thing. Well, I keep hitting this subject, and I know I do it over and over and over again because it was such a shock to me when I saw how easily disproven, how easy it is to disprove this thing that I believed. I was a Christian 40 years. And still, when I heard this, it still shocked me, even though I haven't believed in the Quran in 40 years. And yet I was so indoctrinated that this book is perfectly preserved. I was so indoctrinated that when I started hearing this stuff, it was a shock to me still. And now to hear this, dude, I think this is so.
I can see your reaction right now, and I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I'm wondering how big a part, I mean, I could talk about myself and how important this was to me. How big a part of the Islamic faith is it that there is only one Quran and that it has been perfectly preserved, and that the Torah has been changed, the Injil has been changed, but the Quran cannot be changed? How big a part of Islam is that?
Because Allah said that I'm going to preserve it. So yeah. And secondly, the problem here it is that one of the guy, I had a debate with him a month ago when this was not there. I had I had only those hadiths that I showed him, that look, the whole surah is gone. Look, there are 130 verses which are gone, and etc. etc. And he's like, you know what his reply was? His reply was pretty shocking. He gave me the verse of Quran which says, "Oh, Allah chose it to be forgotten."
Well, it says that it says that in Surah Al-Baqarah 106. Clearly, it says that. We make a verse to be forgotten. Or
So abrogate is, he is not going to abrogate. He's like, the first part of that verse is chose to be forgotten. So Allah
yeah,
made these verses forgotten, and now it's not part of Quran. But the problem here it is that Allah Himself is saying, "I preserved it." So did He preserve it in the Lohe Mahfuz only? If it is preserved only in the Lohe Mahfuz, then why the hell did He actually told us here? Like, what's the purpose of giving that verse down here to the earth if it is only preserved in the Lohe Mahfuz? What will you do to Lohe Mahfuz verses? It is irrelevant to us because we don't even know. Okay, same is the case with Alif Lam Mim. What is the meaning of Alif Lam Mim? We don't know. Oh, only Allah knows. Okay, if
yeah,
Allah knows, why did He Allah send it down to earth? If
yeah.
if 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 that word meaning has nothing to do with us and only Allah knows, then why is it here? Ha Mim Ya Ain Sin Kaf Swad Kaf. Why?
Mhm,
Yasin. Why? Why? Why are these words here if we do not even know the meaning of these words?
mhm.
Like, I don't know. Do you know any book in this world written which says certain gibberish, and then it says, "Oh, only I know this. So go ahead read the rest, but only these words only I know." Like,
Well, it's the mutashabihat and the what is the two? There's two kinds. The Quran says some verses are mutashabihat and
and
some are
clear.
clear and mutashabihat, and it's like, and, it's just like this I think that Muhammad, after he started writing or sending this stuff down and people didn't understand, he just started coming up with these explanations. Or later on, after Muhammad, they came up with these explanations of the confusion in it. And wow, but to actually hear someone say, "Do you have the hadith about the Surah Al-Ahzab being a
Yes,
hundred?" Could,
yes, yes,
could you send me that? Yeah,
yes. I'll do that.
I'd like to look at that, and Surah Al
This is Sahih Muslim 1050. You can go directly to,
1050. Okay.
or let
I
me let me let me put this on the chat as well. Here you
okay.
go.
If
I
you
have
put
the
it
text
in
of.
here, we can talk about this a little bit because
There you go. You can put it on the screen now. You are the
uh,
best among the inhabitants of Basra, for you are the reciters among them. So continue to recite. Okay. But bear in mind that you reciting for a long time may not harden your hearts. Like like how can a recitation will harden your hearts? As were hardened the hearts of those before you. We used to recite a surah which resembled in the length and severity of Surah Barat. I have, however, forgotten it, with the exception of this, which I remember out of it. If there were two valleys of riches for the son of Adam, he would long for the third valley, and nothing would fill his stomach of the son of Adam but dust. So he just remembered one verse. And we used to recite a surah which resembled one of the surahs of Mushabihat, and I have forgotten it. But remember this much out of it, O people who believe, why do you say that which of do you practice? And this is recorded in your necks as a witness, and and you would be asked about it on the day of resurrection. So two surahs, according to this one single hadith, are gone. Full stop. Bye bye. Tata.
dude.
And then if you read Sahih Muslim, book number 5, hadith number 2286, you will see another one gone. Bye bye. Tata. And if you read Sahih al Bukhari 5005, it says many verses are gone. Let me just copy paste that over here as well. And this is a shorter one, so you can easily show it. There you go. It says, Umar said, Ubayya was the best of us in recitation, yet we
Right.
leave some of what he recited. Ubay said, I have taken it from the mouth of Allah Messenger, and will not leave for anything whatever. But Allah said, none of our revelation do we abrogate or cause to be forgotten, but we substitute something better or similar to 106. So basically, many verses are gone, and Ubay is agreeing to the fact, and that's why he said, okay, because Allah said many verses are forgotten, so I'm gonna not have a debate on that. So bye bye, Tata. This is all Sunni major references, and then this is from the uh, Ulumul Quran, and there we go. It says many verses are gone. Then this is again from Ulumul Quran. Go read it on internet, guys. There you go. And I'll give you another one. This is again, it talks about Surah Barat, Ulumul Quran. Here you go. How many do you need, guys? Come on. How many do you need?
Dude, this is like, dang. Ah, wow. You know what? I just want to say something in Arabic. إذا في حدا من أولاد عمي، إذا في حدا من قرايبي فاهمين شو بيتقال الآن، بدي إياك تفهموا هذا الموضوع. هذا عدنان رشيد. عدنان رشيد هذا الشيخ، هذا مش مسيحي، مش يهودي، هذا زي أحمد ديدات، بيناظر المسيحية وبيفضحهم مرات. شاطر كثير، ذكي جدا جدا، اسمه عدنان رشيد. روحوا شوفوا مين هو عدنان رشيد. في الغرب هو من أكبر العلماء الإسلام اللي بيدافع عن الإسلام. أوكي يا ناصر، يا ناصر، يا سام سوليمان، موفق، شيخ موفق، تعرف شو قال؟ تعرف شو قال؟ قال إنه مكتوب في 37 مصدر إسلامي إنه القرآن كان فيها 17,000 آية. 17,000 آية. الآن في تقريبا 6,000. وين راحوا 11,000 آية؟ وين راحوا 11,000 آية؟ وكيف بتقولوا إن هذا كتاب محفوظ؟ كيف مكتوب إنه الله بيقول إن نزلنا الذكر ونحن لحافظون؟ كيف بتقولوا نزلنا الذكر ونحن لحافظون لما في 37 مصدر إسلامي بتقول إنه القرآن كان فيها 17,000 آية. 17,000 بتعني إنه الآن أنتوا عندكم ثلث القرآن، ثلث. كيف الله حفظها؟ وأي واحدة في اللوح المحفوظ. قرآن مجيد من لوح محفوظ. وين 17,000 آية اختفوا؟ وينهم؟ ليش قلتوا لنا إنه القرآن محفوظة وإنه كل آية، كل كلمة، كل نقطة، كل حرف زي ما هو مكتوب في اللوح المحفوظ؟ هيك قلتوا لنا. وهلكيت عدنان رشيد. عدنان رشيد مسلم زي أحمد ديدات في الغرب، هو زي أحمد ديدات بيدافع عن الإسلام وبيقول هو زي أحمد ديدات اليوم بيدافع عن الإسلام أمام المسيحية وأمام الغرب والتلفزيونات وكل شيء، وبيقول الآن إنه القرآن كان فيها 17,000 آية والآن في بس 6,000. بتعني 11,000 آية من القرآن اختفوا. وينهم؟ 37 مصدر من 37 مصدر من كتب الإسلامي، مش كتب مسيحية، بتقول إنه كان جبريل نزل 17,000 آية. بس ضل 6000 آية. وين راحوا؟ وين راحوا 11000 آية من القرآن؟ وين راحوا؟ هل هذا كتاب محفوظ؟ Let me go ahead and play that one more time, okay, Adam?
Sure,
I'm gonna,
brother.
I'm gonna hide us.
Reports within Islamic literature, listen to me carefully now, within the Islamic literature, which state that Quran has 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is stating, multiply attested from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20? 30? 50? 100? 500? Guess. For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where Quran is interpreted, Quran has 17,000 verses, Quran has 20,000 verses, Quran has been tampered by the Sahaba himself. 2,000 reports, ladies and gentlemen, within Islamic literature.
أعزائي، في مرآة العقول، في مرآة العقول المجلد 12 صفحة 525، علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال: إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. إيش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني إيش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ ها؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن
باقي منه ايش قد مولانا؟
باقي منه ايش قد
باقي منه جزء.
باقي منه جزء.
سؤال. طبعا العلامة البيهبودي
يضعف الرواية
في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر
صحيح
ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغيير.
And seriously, I don't know how many days they will have to lie to bring up this. And you know why are they finally saying that? Because people like us, like David Wood, like Sam Shimon, like people who are exposing, they told them that they are liars and they are exposing them. I think this debate is with David Wood, where Adnan Rashid is saying that because he exposed it, and then he is repeating something. I don't have the context of the whole at this moment. I'm going to read it, but it was just so amazing to finally them saying it. And like this is crazy to an extent where you guys were lying to us. That's how crazy it is.
That's what, that's that. Like I said, that's why I keep doing this. And I know I'm like a pariah in my village. That they can't stand me, but I'm trying to tell everybody, hey, someone's lying to you. Somebody's lying to you. Somebody's been lying to you forever, and you believed and you played along with it, but they have been lying to you. And let me just go ahead and I just want to play this guy again, just to say.
There is only one copy of the Quran, and anyone who has a doubt that any word of the Quran is not from it, or the Quran is missing any part, is a disbeliever.
Awesome, he's a disbeliever now.
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
Liar, catch the fire. I don't know. Is that the one? Is that the term?
Pants on fire. What's amazing is that you know, the reason I keep playing the Ahmed Dedat and Zakir Naik and this other redhead guy, I don't know who he is, but it is because that's what I was taught. And I know when I go speak to Muslims out on the streets, because I go and I witness at the mosque, I witness out on the streets, I tell people, Muslims, about Jesus. They always say the same thing. There's one Quran. It was written in the time of Muhammad. It is perfectly preserved. It cannot be changed. And if there's any difference, it's because maybe Christians printed a false Quran or something. And to hear Adnan Rashid, you know, dang. To hear Adnan Rashid.
I don't know when this actually come up to the Muslims and why they actually brought this up, because these are Muslim scholars who are actually saying that, because they are actually negating the Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim and Sahih Ibn Majah and all of those. Like, and the problem is that none of those Muslims actually went in and read their own books where it says that there are missing verses, there are missing surahs, there are missing a lot of missing things, because most of these Muslims just go to the mosques and listen to the khutbah, the sermon that the Imam is giving in on the Friday prayer, and they don't even ask questions, and because they don't have questions, like they don't even read the books to know where the questions are, and they just go by Quran. Quran says that it is in Lohe Mahfuz, it's perfectly preserved in Lohe Mahfuz. Okay, it might be fair enough. Is it Mahfuz here? No, they have to look at it, but once again they don't read. That's the problem with Bible. It is very simple. Everything is in within one single book. Bible is called biblos, right? That's the term. The holy books, the collection of holy books. That's it. That is the Bible. So it has multiple books in one single book. But what happens is that mostly you have like in different parts of the world, like Dubai and Pakistan and all of these countries, they have Majmu' al-Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay, so Sahih al-Bukhari has 12 or 14 different books, and instead of buying all the 14 books, they have called a Majmu' al-Bukhari, one single book. So all the nice collections of Sahih Bukhari, they have it in that book. And anyone who actually reads, he actually buys that particular single book. He doesn't read all the 14 books. Same is the case with Sahih Muslim. Same is the case with, and then they have Musaddiq Hadith collection. That's what they call. So from all the 80, 90, 20, 200 books of hadiths, they made one single book in which you have maybe 200 hadiths, and they are all the nice filtered hadiths. Full stop. And they say, hey, we have read all the hadiths. Idiots. You have not. You just read one book, which is collected from so many books. That's the problem. And and that's why when you go into the academics, you will find this guy who's saying there is holes in the narrative.
Let me go ahead and play this. Dude, I'm getting a headache. You know. I'm getting a headache getting all this different, each one. I don't know what to think. It's like watching politics in America. You don't know what to think anymore. It's like, let me just go ahead and play this here. So.
Clear to you
to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. And
but I think here we
wait, let me finish this, Mohammed, because this is a very important point. I'll let you let me finish this. And by the way, if you are following online media and articles and whatnot, this is no longer hidden news. More and more professors and academics are writing stuff, and it's being publicized on Twitter in the last 2-3 years. I have had at least, I'd say, a dozen people tweet at me like specific articles, like how do you answer this, and about ulum al-Quran, about qira'at, about makhtutat, about issues. These are now well known within the Western Academy, that they're bringing forth issues. Their level of now knowledge is leaps and bounds above what it used to be 100 years ago.
And yes, he mentioned Ulumul Quran. My 3 hadiths that I posted in the chat is from Ulumul Quran. And that's what I'm saying. The Ulumul Quran, the books, because these are their books. Christians didn't write them. And like Rashid was saying, that there are 37 different chains of narration, which actually collaborates the fact that Quran had 17,000 verses. So go watch what he said. I didn't say that. He said that. He's agreeing to the fact. But then he gives certain other rebuttals. But once again, 37 different chains of narrations. Like, how many do you need to call a hadith authentic? You know what I mean? How many do you need? Like five, basically, 10, or you need 1,000 or 5,000. You didn't have enough members at that time, man. For God's sake, 37 different chain of narration. And remember, when we talk about 37 different chains of narration, you are writing hadiths after 5 generations. 250 years after the death of Muhammad, that was when Sahih al-Bukhari was written. 300 years after the death of Muhammad, that is when Sahih Muslim was written. 400 to 500 years after the death of Muhammad, Ibn Majah, Ibn Abbas, Sunan Ibn Nisai, and all of these are writing things. 5 to 6 generations. You know how many chain of how hard it is to find one hadith with over 5 chain of narrations or 10 chain of narrations. It's very difficult. And you will accept the chain of narration and call them Sahih when they are all authentically proclaimed. So now you have this issue, and previously we were showing these things to you from the books, and then you guys were coming back to us and saying, hey, you are liar, kazab, 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 kazab. Now we are not even saying that. Okay, I'm not saying a thing. Please tell me what Asman Rashid is saying, and please give me the chain of narrations as well, because I know they are in Ulumul Quran, and I yet have to buy that. I have just the online thing of it. So there are multiple books where it is there. But thank you, Rashid. Love you. You guys are doing our work. So thank you.
Wow. You know what? You know, when I think of this, I think of, because I looked at what, the interview with Shabir Ali. I saw the interview with Shabir Ali, where Shabir Ali very gently begins to say, yes, there are many different versions
No.
in Africa. And but it absolutely doesn't affect any of the meaning. I mean, he is selling this thing like a kindergarten teacher, like a first grade teacher, trying to be real gentle with it, because he knows they're going to face a huge blowback. It just like what happened to me when I heard about these. It just I mean, I already wasn't a Muslim. I already didn't believe, but it still shocked me. It's still shocking because I was so brainwashed. They brainwashed us that there's only one Quran. There's only one, and there's unchangeable. Nobody can touch this thing. They changed the Bible, but they cannot touch the Quran. And it's exactly like the Lawh al-Mahfuz. That's what we were taught. And I believe that and now when this stuff started coming out, and I know this is why Shabir Ali watched the interview. I'll play it maybe in the next couple of days. Shabir Ali says, "Well, yes, there's a
This is the interview with the lady who is sitting in front. There's nobody rebutting her, and it is him and the lady sitting on the sofas, and he brings up the lady specially. I don't know, because he wants to promote women rights, but basically she that's why it's always that a Muslimah woman with wearing the scarf. But according to the fatwa in Misr that you showed, Egypt, that you showed previously in Al Jazeera network, I don't know why she is coming up without the hadith of the breastfeeding of adult over there. I have to ask that to Shabir Ali whenever I can. But anyhow, he has to accept the fatwas, or he has to go and talk to these clerics of Islam and tell them that you are wrong. He has not done that. I have an issue with Shabir, and I'm going to state it here, and I'm going to state this here many times. Why is Shabir saying these things to Westerners? Why is he not going to to Egypt, to Saudi Arabia, to Iran, to Iraq, to Afghanistan, to Pakistan, to all these countries, and having a debate with these Islamic clerics who are providing fatwas, the sheikhs, the what is the higher rank of sheikh?
Mufti.
Mufti. Yes, the muftis. And why is he not debating these people and saying, you guys are idiots, you guys are saying the wrong thing, there is no apostasy law, there is no blasphemy law in Quran, and this is not fully preserved. This is why is he not doing that? Why is he teaching Westerners?
Can you want me to tell you?
Because they will kill him, right? Say it.
Because he'll be around to, they'll give him a one-way ticket to Pakistan and say, hey, come do your debate, or Bangladesh, and he won't
And
be back.
that's what happened with Salman Tasin, who actually said that blasphemy law is wrong. His own guard, like 6 years ago, Salman Tasin, who is an MBA, is like a guy from the House. In US there is House and there is Senate, right? So he was a guy from the House or Senate. I don't know MPA, what is it called, but anyhow, he raised the voice that we need to remove the blasphemy law in Pakistan. There's a blasphemy law, section 295C, which says that if you blaspheme against Muhammad, you should be hanged till death. Full stop. So he raised the voice that this law has to be lenient. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't kill. Okay. He is not saying you can't imprison. 295A actually says if the blasphemy is lesser than 3 years imprisonment, and etc. etc. So it starts from 3 year imprisonment till hang till death. So depends on the variation of what kind of a blasphemy you did. But anyhow, going back to the point, he said we need to lessen this law. So he sent a petition in the Senate of Pakistan. Okay, his own guard, his own police guard, right?
Mhm.
When he came out of the building, he took his gun out and he emptied the full chamber in him. And this guard, after 3 years of the case, because it took them 3 years, because they had to lessen the Islamic people of that country who were saying you cannot kill him. He did exactly what Muhammad told him to do. It's Islamic. You cannot. This guy was Salman Tasin was blasphemous, and etc. etc. So they had to take 3 years to sentence him to death. So 3 years later, he was hanged till death according to the law of Pakistan that he killed somebody on the street, right? And then when his funeral this guard's funeral happened, there were over 400,000 people on the streets attending this killer's funeral, and his grave is now an altar. People go over there, put flowers, and pray for him, and they put different avatars to him. They give different, money and etc. etc. He has an altar in Pakistan. This killer has an altar in Pakistan. Man, that's your religion. And that's what Shabir Ali will do. If he goes to Pakistan, that will definitely be one-way ticket for him. And then the second ticket will be to Jannah with 72 virgins, so-called.
Yeah. Wow. Dude.
I was having a
I'm trying
debate. Sorry, Brady.
Go ahead. Yeah. No, go ahead.
I was having a debate with a Muslim guy, and he said, "Show your face." And I was like, "I can't show my face. You have a law in your country which says kill the apostates and kill the blasphemous. I'm an apostate. I say Muhammad is not a prophet, so I will be killed. So that's why I don't show my face." And you know what he responded back? I have the recording. I will share you someday. He said, "Don't worry, you will be given 3 days."
Yeah. I was told that too.
He's like, "Don't worry, you'll be given 3 days to repent." I was like, "You think I will repent and say no, Muhammad is a prophet in 3 days? I will never." Oh, so then his rebuttal was, "Don't you want to be shaheed? Don't you want to be a martyr?" I was like, "Are you an idiot? Don't you know I'm a Christian? I don't need to be martyr to go to heaven. I already know where I'm going when I dead. So I do not need to be martyred to get salvation. It is you people who needs to be martyred to go to heaven. I do not. I know when I die, my soul will be with my Lord. So for as long as I'm living, I'm going to destroy Islam because it is satanic, it is dark, it is a cult. And that is why if you want to have a debate with me, you will not see my face. And that's where I am standing. You want to come up for a debate? Come up for a debate. Don't tell me to expose my identity. And that's when he ran away, because he didn't want to have a debate with me. He knew he was going to die miserably while talking to me, and that's why he ran away. And he didn't.
Wow.
These are my Facebook Messenger voice conversations with him. I will send you those conversations. You can play them whenever you feel like.
Okay, I'm trying to get one of my cousins on. I'm writing to all of them right now, saying, "Come on, I want you to come on right now because I want to talk to you." And they're all chicken. Not one of them. Sam,
Oh,
Nasser.
Sam is the biggest chicken ever.
They're all chicken. They, you know what's going to happen. I'll tell you what's going to happen, because they are listening. is that they're going to as soon as we end it, they're going to say, "You don't know what you're talking about," and he's going to send something.
Yes, and they will have chat over chat, chat over chat, and chat over chat, but they will not come up here. Dude,
Yeah.
if you have a rebuttal, come. And even in the chat, they will not send you the rebuttal. They will not
Yeah.
send you the rebuttal. They will only say you are a liar. I have told these guys so many times. Yeah, tell me which one is a lie. Oh, you do not know Arabic. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me which Arabic part did I said wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, you cannot comprehend. Like, okay, I'm a liar. Okay, whereas I'm showing you what is written there. Okay, I don't know Arabic. Okay, tell me where. Oh, you cannot even comprehend it. Okay, so why did Allah send a book in a language which nobody can comprehend, whereas your scholars did all the translations, not us? Okay, I never if I will translate Quran, you will know what the real translation is. I will not say planner or plotter. I will say deceiver. When it is written nikah, I will say fuck, because that's what the actual meaning is. I'm sorry, that is what the actual meaning is. Okay,
Oh, but
so
that's
you
the first time the F word has been said on my live stream, dude.
I am sorry. You have to mark it as in YouTube. You have to mark it as adult content. I'm sorry to use that word. You have to mark your video as adult content now. So when I am writing it, when it says Farajaha, I will actually write vagina, because that's what the meaning is. When it says Roh, I will write it as spirit. When it says Ruhul Quddus, I will write it as Holy Spirit. Because nowhere in Quran it says Ruhul Quddus is Jibrail. You make it as Jibrail. Otherwise, it's not Jibrail. So do not ask me. I am reading your authentic translations. Yet you have a problem. Let alone if I do the translation of Arabic myself. So sorry guys, I'm pretty hyper today. I don't know why.
Dude, you had too much coffee or something, and it's like,
Yeah, I just had coffee, a big cup, and dark black coffee.
dude, I'm trying to get one of my relatives. I'm trying to get Arabic or English. Any of my relatives, come on. I want to play this for them, and I want to get their reaction. I want them to react to this. Any of my uncles, إذا في حدا من عمامي أولاد عمي، إذا في أي واحد من المسلمين بدي إياك تطلع معاي الآن، اطلع معاي الآن على اللايف، وبدي إياك ترد على الفيديو هذا عن عدنان رشيد. أي واحد، معاذ، يوسف، جوزيف، ناصر، سام، موفق، أي واحد منكم اطلعوا، بدي إياكم تردوا على هذا الفيديو. خليني أحطه كمان مرة مشان تعرفوا عن إيش أنا بحكي الآن. I'm going to go ahead and play the video again for them, so I'm going to hide us for a sec here. So.
There are reports in Islamic literature. Listen to me carefully. Within the Islamic literature, which state that Quran had 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is stating multiply attested from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20? 30? 50? 100? 500? Guess. For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where Quran is interpreted, Quran has 17,000 verses, Quran has 20,000 verses, Quran the Quran has been tampered with by the Sahaba and so 2,000 reports, ladies and gentlemen, within Islamic literature.
أعزائي، في مرآة العقول، في مرآة العقول المجلد 12 صفحة 525، علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال: إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. إيش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني إيش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ ها؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه إيش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء مولانا. سؤال. طبعا العلامة البهبودي يضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغيير.
dude. اطلع واحد منكم ردوا علينا، ردوا. Come on, I want one of you guys to come on and to explain to me what's going on here. خبرونا شو صار هين. ليش الشيوخ بيقولوا انه ثلثين القرآن اختفوا؟ Why are they saying that 2/3 of the Quran disappeared? Where are they? مين عنده رد? Who has an answer? هذا شيوخكم اللي بيقولوا هيك. So anyway, Adam, I don't think any of them want to come on with us, and but dude,
let's see whenever they can. We will be available. We'll open another bridge for them so they can come up and have a discussion.
Yeah,
we are open.
It's like I want to take each of these verses, like to take them one by one and just present this verse. Okay, this hadith says this. What does it mean? Why does it say this? You know, and just because, you know, sometimes it's so much information, you know, it's like your mind is spinning, you know, and so I give them a chance, you know, to absorb some of this. And you know, I'm just so surprised that Adnan Rashid, and this is from a debate with David Wood, huh?
I think so, yes.
I see David sitting in the back there, so
yep.
So I'm surprised he'd be saying something like that, you know, and
because he pointed it out, he gave these things to him, so I have to research on that a little further. But he's agreeing to the fact, man. That's the thing. Whether I do more research or not, Adnan Rashid is agreeing to this fact because it's a fact. That's the thing. It is a fact. So I don't know for how long they can hide it now, but their what do you call it? Their lies are now out.
Yeah, you know what? It's like it's almost like, you know, I kind of heard David Wood, and there's this other guy who's an American guy that was talking to him, and he was saying that what they're doing is that they're just trying slowly to prepare the people for what's coming. They're preparing the people because they can't hide it anymore. It's already on the internet. It's already on all the videos, and so they're just trying to prepare the people. You know, at first, for the last however long, they've been saying, no, this isn't true, this isn't true, this isn't true. But now they're beginning to say, you know what, we can't hide it anymore. So little by little say, yeah, sure, there's other different Qurans in Africa and in, you know, and everything like that, like Shabir Ali did, and Yasser Qadhi is beginning to do. And so I think they're just trying to prepare the people for what's coming. And anyway, praise be to God. Praise
Amen. Hallelujah.
Praise be to God that for the work they've done is just, you know, and but you know, there's a one thing that you mentioned, and that is that, is it getting to the Arab world? Is it getting to the Muslims in the Muslim world, or is it just here in the West, to the English speakers? Because I know they say one thing to the English speakers and a different thing to the Arab speakers, and or the other languages, you know, and so okay. Okay, I got my cousin Joseph here. Let's see if he'll come on with us.
Okay, and next one I would like to do the I like to talk about the verse of Quran 56:59, which says, Allahu amnahnu al khaliqun, and we are the best of all creators, or we are the creators. I would like to do that because Allah is using we, and Allah is using we multiple times in Quran, and especially when He uses we in khaliqun, we have to see who else is khaliq in Quran. And you know what, let me give you a hint. There are only two khaliqs in Quran. One is Isa ibn Maryam, and he's the khaliq in Quran. That's what he said, that inni akhluqu lakum minattaini, right? Mintain. So there is one khaliq over here, and then the other khaliq is Allah. And if you see the similarities of these two khaliq, and it in 5:110 as well, where Jesus did that, and Isa basically of Quran, and then Allah is saying that. So basically, if Allah is using royal we, that's a problem. If He's using royal we, and that's another problem. Like in Quran chapter number 56:59, when we see Sahih International Translation, He's saying we are the creator. Okay, whereas the verse is saying khaliqun, creators, not creator, creators. So if Allah is using royal we, there is no purpose of using creators, but rather He should use creator, not creators. So in fact, Quran agrees to the fact that Jesus is creator with Allah, and they both are creators.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna invite you.
Well, it's clear from you know, Surah Ali Imran verse 49. Surah Ali Imran verse 49 says, Jesus says, "Akhluk lakum, akhluk lakum." I mean, He's taking an action that only the Creator does. Akhluk lakum, I create for you. And so, you know,
And the deception of the translation is that wherever it is akhluk or khalq, every time it is for Allah, they write create. But when it is here for Isa ibn Maryam, they translate it as design. They don't translate it as create. They translate it as design.
Yeah, but this is akhluk. This is akhluk. That's why when I've done something about this, I always focus on that one word. Akhluk lakum. You know, I create for you. You know, it's the word khalq, which is creation. You know, like in Hebrew, bara. It's different, you know, from, there's other words about the creation, but they're like shaping or making or forming. But create is something different, you know, and so it's something that only El Khaliq can do it. Only the Creator can do that. And so, you know,
and the second thing is that if we read in chapter number 38, verse number 71-72, Allah created from mud. Here, Jesus created from mud. Both khalaq. Then Allah blew into that mud. Jesus blew into that mud.
Exactly.
And then Allah is saying, we are best of creators. 56-59. Surah Al-Waqi'ah, verse number 59. Allah is saying we are the best of creators. If Allah is using royal we, it should be creator, exactly what that Sahih translation is saying. But Sahih translation is wrong because it's khaliqeen, creators, not khaliq. So the dilemma of Quran actually gives Isa equal to Allah
Yeah.
for the ruh as well, for the kalima as well, and then for creation as well. Hey guys, come up!
Jesus is God. You can't. Well, you know, I believe it's my theory. I'm going to do. You know, sometimes you want to do something that's just like a crazy theory that you want to. I mean, it's not just a crazy theory. There's documentation for it, and I'll get the documentation. I'm going to do it, and that is that what happened to Buhaira the Rahib, the monk, is that at the end of his life he repented and came back to the Lord. He wanted to take back what he had done by reciting and giving Muhammad the Quran and reciting it for him. That at the end he started to put these messages, secret messages in the Quran to try to reverse the damage that he did. And so, but you know, I'm not making this up. There's documentation about this. And so Father Zechariah did a whole thing about it. So anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one day. You know, just say this is something that I want to do, and I know how people will react to it, but I still want to do it. So
Yeah, they yet have to come back and tell us how Hashim is 4 years elder than Muhammad, when
yes,
Muhammad's father and his grandfather's marriage was on the same day,
yes,
and his father died 2 to 4 months into the pregnancy, and yet Hashim is 4 years old. So
yes.
that's
That's
another dilemma.
well. There's a hilarious video about that.
Really, send it to
Yeah,
me. We'll do that someday.
a hilarious interview. You know, this lady goes out on the street, this reporter lady, and she asks a bunch of people. She says, she asks some guys. She says, it's so funny because it's very Arabic, and she asks these guys in Arabic. She says, you know, if you went on a trip for 4 years, and then you came back and found out that your wife was pregnant, what would you think? You know, was she pregnant with your kid for 4 years? What the guy said is hilarious. He says, "Badrubha bil kundara," which means I'll hit her with a shoe. But you know, the funny thing is that you know, because that's what they believe happened to Muhammad's mother, is that, you know, the father died and she stayed pregnant for 4 years until she delivered Muhammad. And this is where Buhaira the Rahib and some other people come into play. But anyway,
You know, this comes there's another theory in Sahih al-Bukhari. I forgot which one, and I know people will actually claim, so I'm gonna find it. Muhammad actually said that he is the son of Abdul Muttalib. In
oh wow,
Sahih al-Bukhari, he proclaimed that he is the son of Abdul Muttalib,
wow.
not Abdullah, but Abdul Muttalib. So, dude, I'm not saying that. That's your own books. Go search sunnah.com. I am the son of Abdul Muttalib. And you will find the hadith. It's Sahih Bukhari. Dude, guys, there are so many problems in your own scriptures, and yet you point fingers. Go
Well,
fix your own scriptures.
that's why they point fingers, is because they have these problems, and the best way to deflect from their problems is to say that, you know, the Christians have these problems and these issues, you know, and they know they don't, but it's easier to blame the Christians. You know, that's what they've always done. So, you know, I'm trying to get my cousin Nasser here. I got one of my cousins. He's I got one of my cousins, and he said that he made a promise that he's not going to talk to me anymore. So, but he did let me send him this video, and I told him, okay, well then just respond to this. So maybe he's going to respond. I'm waiting to see if he responds to it.
There you go. I've sent the hadith. That's where Prophet Muhammad is saying, and there are multiple hadiths, not just one. He's saying, I'm the son of Abdul Muttalib. Who's Abdul Muttalib?
Isn't that his uncle?
So basically, he's the grandfather, basically.
Oh, but the grandfather got married to the sister of his mother the same day that his father married his mother.
Exactly. So, so
oh, dude, this thing doesn't get
uh,
better. Let me just see if any of my cousins are going to respond. If you have to go, you can go. I can go ahead and try to respond to them, if they decide to or not, but dude, this blew my mind today, man. That's just like, dang, that is unbelievable, man.
it sure is. It sure is, and that's the problem with them. I don't know when they will understand that. I don't know when they will
Like
understand that.
keep on saying there's one Quran, it's perfectly preserved, it's from the Loh al-Mahfuz, and you don't understand Arabic, and and we're showing them all of this proof, man. Oh wow, here it is. Let me put this on. I mean,
And there are
okay.
multiple narrations, and Abdul Muttalib is the grandfather of Muhammad because he's the son is Abdullah and Abdullah's son is Muhammad, and Abdul
Right.
Muttalib is the parental grandfather of Abdul Muttalib. Sorry, Abdullah. So what happened? So you can actually join 2 plus 2 now. If you cannot join 2 plus 2, Muhammad is supposed to say, I am the grandson of Abdul Muttalib, not the son of Abdul Muttalib.
Yeah.
So there's a simple difference over here. Why would he proclaim, and then Muslims always comes up with theories, and they do have theories about it, which they have to bring up, and then I will rebuttal. But once again, that's, and when he is saying that, when he is being persecuted with somebody, and he said like, I am, and he said, the messenger of Allah was saying, I am the prophet without a lie. I am the son of Abdul Muttalib.
I could see where they're probably going to say, like, if you see, like, like they used to say, like, you're the son of your ancestor, like I'm a
Like,
son
come
of
on,
David.
man. Who's Abdul Muttalib? Is he Moses? Is he like, who's up? Come on, man. Like, if you use the same theory that Maryam said that I am Ya Ukhta Harun, or sister of Aaron, and once again there's a problem over there as well. It should say Ya Ukhta Moses, because Moses is the main prophet, not Aaron. uh,
Right.
and you have to say that they would call the girls from the lineage of their ancestor from the top notch people, then it should be Yauchta Moses, not Yauchta Harun. And once
Right.
again, Maryam is not even from
The
the
tribe.
the tribe of Levi.
Yeah.
When, yeah, Moses is from the tribe of Levi, and Maryam
And
is from the tribe
father
of
of
Judah,
Bin
and
Imran.
tribes of yes, the 12 tribe actually segregated from Abraham's son Isaac. Uh, so basically, it's that clear. It is, that's problem in Quran, but they don't have an answer. Now, if he should simply say, I'm the grandson of Abdul Muttalib. What's the problem? What is the problem? He didn't say that because he knew his father died 4 years before he was born. So he if he would have said, I don't know, I don't want to say anything more now. You guys have to rebuttal this. Oh, Muslims, tell us. This is your books. I am not saying anything from my own side.
Hmm. I'm waiting for a response from my cousin Joseph. He hasn't responded yet. The great thing about this video is it's in Arabic and English, so you got it both. I know what they're going to say about the Shiite guy. They're just going to say, "Oh, how the
Oh, there
Shiite."
she is. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like to put both,
yeah,
because they are both coming from Muhammad. They are both accepting the same Quran. So
and they're
then
both
they're
and they're
wrong.
both wrong, but it's interesting that they're both still Muslim. Because that when I asked you that question, how much of the foundation of people's faith in Islam is built on the fact that the Quran is perfect. How much of the faith in Islam is based on the fact that the Quran is perfect? And if
Because that's the major faith, because they can deny, and they do deny, any hadith they like to deny without any proper refutation. You just simply deny. So they revert back to Quran and they say Quran is perfectly preserved. Now, oh,
Michael is with us, saying she's watching a video of Joseph and me, and I'm trying to tell her, I'm trying to get Joseph to come on, but he won't come on. But I told him, well, then at least respond to this video, because he won't respond to me, and so I kind of feel like there's a conspiracy that they're all trying to ignore me, and
and they are not ignoring you. They just don't have the answers, and we have seen that from the last, I don't know, I have seen that from the last 2-3 months already. They don't
yeah.
have answers. And Sam is sending me videos in my PM, and I gave him one single question and he didn't come up. I like, give me the answer of this question, give me a video, or come up and explain. He didn't. He's sending me left, right, and center, but the real question he never answered. I said, give me an answer why it says Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Why does it say that? Why does it say that? Who is
Who is Allah?
Allah? Yeah. If Allah is praying upon Muhammad, who is Allah praying to? Because if he's praying upon Muhammad, he has to pray to somebody. And I was like,
Yeah.
come up live, tell me. And then he is gone, left, right, and center again. Dude, no matter how and where you pick up Quran, you'll get into dilemmas.
You know
You'll
what,
get into
bud?
dilemmas.
You know what though? As long as they will, as long as they will, as long as they will hear it, and if they don't respond, but that there was an impact if they heard it and they can't respond, and so even that, it's kind of like I don't get too upset if that happens, because I'm just putting on this video of I'm not going to play it, but I'm just putting on because I want to get this verse to be a little bit louder. I mean, a little bit bigger. It says, "Huwa alladhi yusalli alaykum wal malaika il kharkum min idhalimin ila nur wa kan." Who is talking about Allah?
لِيُخْرِجَكُم مِّن ظُلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ وَكَانَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَحِيمًا.
And so this is talking about Allah. Who alladhi yusalli alaykum? He's the one who's praying for you. With the angels. Yusalli with the angels. This is Allah's praying with the angel. And you go, well, who's he praying to? Why does he need to pray? Is there another God? And this is just one of those other issues that you never get an answer to. You ask and nobody wants to answer. And then we got also this one. We got this one too, and I'm gonna put it up. And I know we've talked. In Allah wa malaikatu yusallun ala nabi. Allah and his angels pray for the prophet. And I know that's not our subject, but because I'm waiting to get an answer from Joseph, see if he's going to answer me. I don't know if he's going to answer me, but that's why I'm kind of, let's see, no answer from Joseph. No answer. Joseph's not answering me, so anyway, I sent him the video. I sent him the video, and so I hope he'll respond, you know, and I hope that he will, you know, the Lord will use it to touch him and bless his life, you know. We've been on for
Amen.
an hour and a half, and so, well, thank you.
All right.
You took me. I was gonna go. It was like if I was on a plane, I was going towards Chicago, and you took me to Miami, but
I'm sorry about that.
but no, it was you gave me a great tool right here. This is I didn't know about this video, man. It's devastating, man. It is absolutely devastating. I hope the people will listen, you know, and you know, I can't believe that I'm the only one who was led to believe that there's only one Quran that is perfectly preserved, every dot, every dash. I heard it so many times. I totally believed it. And I can't believe I'm the only one who believed like that, you know.
You're not the only one. Who said you are not? Who said you are the only one? I have been taught all that in all my life.
You know, that's why I ask you, because I want to say, you know, this is what we were taught. And if that's what we're taught, and if we believed it, then this stuff that we're hearing is devastating. It's devastating. And but you see, you don't see the reaction. A lot of Muslims aren't responding to it. They're not responding to it, or they don't want to come on and talk about it. And so you know, I'm just wondering, you know, did I misunderstand something, or is it that they are being impacted and they don't want to answer, you know? So anyway, as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to start getting the responses, and you're probably going to get some videos from my cousins too. So
yeah, no worries. I tell them every time, come up, have a discussion. Like, I never use abusive language with you guys. I just provide the information which is there in your own scripture. So come up and give me a rebuttal. Don't come up and say the same thing. Yeah, you are this, you are that, whatever. Come on, man. Be mature. Like the discussion with you and Joseph is always like he's a pretty mature guy by the looks, but when he speaks like a 10 years old kid. Like, come on, give the right rebuttals. We're listening. Otherwise, if you're there just to waste time, like he spends 5 minutes on blah 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 blah, and then he doesn't even give you anything. Like last time, he was all about pizza. What the hell, man? What do you mean by pizza? What are you? Are you a scholar? Like, are you a mufti? Are you a PhD professor? Why do you have a question about pizza delivery? Or are you a Uber driver? I don't care, man. Anyhow, thank you so very much.
if I do get a response, or somebody wants to,
yeah, ping me, get me on.
I'll contact you. I'm trying to get Saeed Manasra. He's the one who kind of said some nasty things about Emmanuel the other day, and trying to
let him come up. Let him come up. If he does come up, give me a ping, and I will come up. For now, I need to eat something, and even if I'm eating, ping me. I will join in.
Okay. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for that great video, man. That's
all right, brother. God bless you and everyone who is listening.
Thank you. I'm going to play some more Ahmed Deedat videos. So until I get a response here. So.
Allah Bari Ta'ala tells you, God Almighty tells you in the Quran, it is His job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
Clear to you and to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. Okay? This is what I'm going to say. And
I think here.
Let me finish this, because this is very important. I'll let you let me finish it. And by the way, if you are following online media and articles and whatnot, this is no longer hidden news. More and more professors and academics are writing stuff, and it's being publicized on Twitter in the last 2-3 years. I have had at least, I'd say, a dozen people tweet at me like specific articles like how do you answer this, and about Ulum al-Quran, about Qira'at, about Makhtutat, about issues. These are not well
within the Western
academy.
They're bringing forth issues. Their
level of now knowledge is leaps and bounds above what it used to be 100 years.
Allah Bari Ta'ala tells you, God Almighty tells you in the Quran, it is His job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
There are reports within Islamic literature, listen to me carefully now, within the Islamic literature, which state that the Quran has 13,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is taken multiply attested from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20? 30? 100? 50? 500? Guess. But this particular report within Islamic literature, where the Quran is about 13,000 verses, Quran has been tampered by the Sahaba himself. 2,000 reports, gentlemen. 2,000 reports, gentlemen.
أعزائي في مرآة العقول المجلد الثاني عشر صفحة 525 علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. ايش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني ايش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه ايش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء. سؤال. طبعا العلامة البهبودي ضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغييره.
There are reports within Islamic literature. Listen to me carefully. Within the Islamic literature, which state that the Quran has 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. This report is taken from many sources with a chain. Ladies and gentlemen. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 5? 10? 20? 30? 100? 50? 100? 500? For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where the Quran is about the Quran has been tampered by the Sahaba, ladies and gentlemen. 2,000 ladies and gentlemen.
أعزائي في مرآة العقول المجلد الثاني عشر صفحة 525 عن هشام بن سالم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17. ايش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 17. ايش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ يعني ايش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه ايش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء مولانا. سؤال. طبعا العلامة البهبودي يضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغييره.
Clear to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. And
but I think here we
wait, let me finish this, Muhammad, because this is a very important point. I'll let you let me finish this. And by the way, if you are following online media and articles and whatnot, this is no longer hidden news. More and more professors and academics are writing stuff, and it's being publicized on Twitter in the last 2-3 years. I have had at least, I'd say, a dozen people tweet at me like specific articles like, how do you answer this? And, about ulum al-Quran, about qira'at, about makhtutat, about issues, These are now well known within the Western Academy, that they're bringing forth issues. Their level of now knowledge is leaps and bounds above what it used to be, 100 years ago.
The question was, do Muslims also have different versions of the Quran? We have no different versions. So we have no different versions of the Quran. The Arabic Quran universally is the same. No difference between one part of the world and another.
Yeah, I just want to show you guys. I'm waiting for my cousin Joseph to respond to some of these things that we brought up today. He said he needs about an hour to respond, so I'm going to let him respond to that, to study it and see if he come up with some answers. Find out about the 17,000 missing 11. For those of you who weren't with us, we're talking about the Adnan Rashid, who is very well known within Islamic scholarly circles in the West, that he said that there was, from over 37 different Islamic sources, 2,000 reports of there having been 17,000 verses in the Quran. Not just 6,000 like there is now, but 17,000. And so the question is, where did the other 11,000 go? And so anyway, I sent this to my cousin, and I'm hoping that I'll get a response from him. I'm trying to get these other cousins to come on, respond, tell me what you think. And, for some reason they're not responding, but hopefully they will. Thank you. I was in Northern California, and I came home. I was with somebody who tested positive for had to do a COVID test, and they think they may be positive. So that person had to quarantine, and I have to quarantine until we get the test results. So I'm going to be free today, probably to talk more about these types of things. So I'm going to be playing some Ahmed Deedat videos. So let's play some Ahmed Deedat videos.
Allah Bari Ta'ala tells you, God Almighty tells you in the Quran, it is His job to protect it from any type of interpolation, any type of addition or deletion.
Clear to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. And
but I think here we
wait, let me finish this, Muhammad, because this is a very important point. I'll let you let me finish this. And by the way, if you are following online media and articles and whatnot, this is no longer hidden news. More and more professors and academics are writing stuff, and it's being publicized on Twitter in the last 2-3 years. I have had at least, I'd say, a dozen people tweet at me like specific articles, like how do you answer this, and about ulum al-Quran, about qira'at, about makhtutat, about issues. These are now well known within the Western Academy. That they're bringing forth issues. Their level of now knowledge is leaps and bounds above what it used to be, 100 years.
Reports within Islamic literature, listen to me carefully now, within the Islamic literature, which state that Quran had 17,000 verses. The present Quran has got 6,000 verses. But this report is stating, multiply attested from many sources with a chain. More than 37 chains, ladies and gentlemen. How many chains do you think this report has? 10? 5? 20, 30, 50, 100, 500? Guess. For this particular report, within Islamic literature, where Quran is interpreted, Quran has 17,000 verses, Quran has 20,000 verses, Quran has been tampered by the Sahaba and so 2,000 reports, ladies and gentlemen, within Islamic literature.
أعزائي، في مرآة العقول المجلد 12 صفحة 525 علي بن الحكم عن هشام بن سالم عن أبي عبد الله قال إن القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وآله 17,000 آية. كم آية مولانا؟ 17,000. إيش قد عندنا احنا منها؟ 6,000. يعني إيش قد من القرآن بأيدينا؟ وين القرآن مولانا؟ ثلثه يعني كانت القرآن 3 أجزاء، باقي منه إيش قد مولانا؟ باقي منه جزء مولانا. السؤال طبعا العلامة البهبودي يضعف الرواية في صحيح الكافي، ولكن انظروا ماذا يقول العلامة المجلسي: فالخبر صحيح، ولا يخفى أن هذا الخبر وكثير من الأخبار الصحيحة صريحة في نقص القرآن وتغييره.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. And like I said, my cousin Joseph said he wanted to respond. I don't know if he will. He said he will, so we'll see if he will come on and respond. I think everybody's quarantining me. I'm on quarantine right now, so anyway, if he does come, or even if he just sends me a response to some of this stuff, I'll go ahead and present it to you, and then you can go ahead and make your decision. But I tell you what, that was pretty devastating. That video says that when Jibreel brought the Quran to Muhammad, he gave him 17,000 verses. 17,000 verses. But there's only 6,000 now. So where's the other 11,000? Michael's telling me that Joseph said that there's only one Quran, and that was actually going to be my subject, is that there's only one Quran. But then Adam came on and showed me the video, and in the video the guy's saying, well, there was only one Quran, but the only thing is it's not the Quran that you have now, because it was 3 times as big as the Quran you have now. And so according to the Hadith, the Quran was 17,000 verses. Well, there's only 6,000 now. So where's the other 11,000? What does that do for the preservation of the Quran? Chapter 15, verse 9. What does it do for the Lawh al-Mahfuz? Chapter 84. It just deals with all of these issues that, I tried to, I didn't try, I asked Adam, and I know there's not a clear-cut answer to this. I'd like a Muslim to come on and tell me. I know there's not a clear-cut answer to this, but the question is, how important is the preservation of the Quran to Islamic faith? The Islamic faith, how important is the perfect preservation of the Quran to the Muslim faith? I know from my situation, because I was a Muslim, I was taught that the Quran is perfectly preserved. It was a big part of my, and I remember uncles, I remember people telling me that the Quran is perfectly preserved, even though they said that the Bible was not, but they said the Quran was. And there's a verse, like Ahmed Didat says, that Allah Himself. Let me play that video for you. Let me just play this video for you. What Ahmed Didat says. So, that's Ahmed Didat. Of course, he's been dead. And I heard I believe he became a Christian. I believe Ahmed Didat became a Christian before he died. He asked for a Josh McDowell book called More Than a Carpenter. And so, but the Lord knows. I hope he did. I hope he repented before he died. But how important is this subject? The preservation of the Quran in the Muslims' faith, in their faith in Islam. And I know it was a big thing when I was a Muslim, and I know I was young, and I was a young, but I still believed in it. I believed very strongly in that. And that's why I keep pushing this, because I feel I was lied to. Even though I haven't been a Muslim for 40 years, still I feel that they lied to me. Somebody lied to me. And it wasn't my teachers. It wasn't my uncles or anything. They were lied to too. There's somebody else who's lying. Somebody higher up on the food chain who's lying. And they know the truth. Anyway, I'm waiting for a response from my cousin. I don't know if he's going to send it. I'm kind of being ignored, and so it doesn't matter. If he sends a response, I will come on live and I'll read to you his response. And in the meantime, have a nice break. I'm going to make me a tuna sandwich, and the Lord Jesus loves you, and I do too. God bless you.